Alright. Let's find ourselves a webcam. Clear over on the right. Hi. Hey everybody. I'm Somebody Nor, and it is Saturday. I play free games on Saturday. Tonight's free game, we are continuing the free with PlayStation Plus essential title, Doki Literature Club Plus. And yeah, I found this out last week when I was finishing up the stream. Well, I guess after the stream went off. The game has kind of a weird framework. Like, the game operates like the part that that I showed at the beginning of the stream before, at the beginning of the first stream, that was a different menu that you start from this menu. And the thing is, I know enough about this game that I know like you can mess with the files. Like if you play this game on computer, you can mess with the files of the game and manipulate the game. I know that much about like I know bits and pieces about some of the weird crazy stuff that this game can do. And yeah, so they basically built in a like operating system so that you could do all of that weird stuff that you can do if you were playing this on the PC. Which I think is kind of neat. That's probably what makes this, Doki Doki Plus, not just the Doki Doki Literature Club. But yeah, so we were able to get through, what was it, 2 or 3 days of poems. Um, Looks like I unlocked part one of, let's see, these two stories of side stories. Um, yeah, they. I don't know exactly how it works, but apparently, if you delete a character file in here, it will delete them from the game. Like the game hasn't gotten like freaky meta yet, but I know it's on its course to. But yeah, there's like I kind of want to poke around in this, but I also don't know. Um, so yeah, it's nothing in a mailbox. Oh, hey Rito. Uh, Not a lot to bring you up to speed with yet, but I'm just sort of explaining what's going on. So the I'll stretch and I'll drink. The game, because this is Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, I think because it's designed for the consoles, they have to put in this sort of like operating system framework to do some of the other weirder stuff that the game eventually ends up doing. But yeah, the the game, like if you play this game on like Steam or some other platform for the PC, you can manipulate the game by changing the files in the game. And so that you could also do that on consoles, they created this weird sort of operating system interface. We're going to get back into the game proper right shortly, but it's like some of this stuff it looks like I unlocked while playing, like the poems. Yeah, it looks like the poems here were unlocked as a visual stuff. Oh yeah, here's the weird situations we had with her. Oh, we don't have any secrets, but oh, look at all these backgrounds. Sketches that we've unlocked. Just basic music. I think that's just our general settings. All right, let's get into this. I don't know how long it'll take before the bottom drops out and the game just gets weird. But I looked up online the average like playthrough for the initial playthrough is like 3 or 4 hours. So I think we're right on the cusp of it. So If the game's gonna get weird, it's gonna get weird very soon. But yeah, but let me bring you up to speed. So we are a young boy who has joined the Doki Doki Literature Club on the encouragement of their childhood best friend. That club has four very nice girls in it that all kind of fit archetypes. So this game is kind of built like a dating sim, essentially. You do interactions with the various girls to help them like you more, and all that sort of stuff. I think we've ended up leaning towards the childhood best friend. Let me see. At this very moment, I can't remember names. You've got Yuri, Sayori, Natsuki, and Monika. So Sayori is the best friend, and she like clearly they've got a relationship, but it's kind of weird because there's it's the childhood friend relationship. Yuri is kind of a like tsundere, like she pretends not to like the main character, but she clearly does to a degree. Natsuki is like she has kind of like dark thoughts, it seems. Like she's like she's smart but weird. And Monika, I think they're pretty much presenting her as the perfect girl. Like she's the ideal like high school girl kind of, oh, look, everybody likes her, that kind of thing. But yeah, let's get into this. I think I saved just before making the next poem. So the main game up to this point has been making poems based on what we know about the people, and then depending on who I guess our poem leans towards most, then we get an interaction with them. We've ended up getting interactions with the childhood best friend, I think, in both instances. So let's get back to this. We gotta make another poem, which it's mostly just trying to make a poem that'll lean towards one of the girls. I did look up the trophies a little bit, and the trophies, apparently, if you can make a perfect perfect poem for any of the specific girls, that's a trophy. But anyway, let's make another poem. I'm not sure who we like. Effulgent? What the hell is effulgent? Vacation. So that's friend. Like any of them that are like darkness, like sad kind of stuff, they're gonna be Natsumi, or what, Natsuki, or why can't I remember names? They're gonna be her. And while I am kind of interested in seeing where that goes, I'm also kind of worried about where it goes, because I know the bottom drops out in this game at a certain point. Oh, okay. Giggle got her, which is kind of weird. Fun. Like alone, I expect to be the other girl. Anime is probably Yuri. Like at this point, I'm just trying to lean towards her. Like but we're just sort of, I guess we're just ending up, it's one or the other, and I'm just not doing a great job. ear. Like any of them that are the dark kind of ones, I think are what, Natsuki. The thing is, you just kind of have to pick words that identify or are identified with certain girls. So we're just writing a poem that will catch the attention of a specific girl more than another one. So it's like one of the girls in theory likes, you know, if we were to use infinite. I have no idea which, like, I'm not even sure which one would like infinite, but like captive is again probably the one who has like the dark thoughts. Like agonizing, that's probably her. Oh, infinite was her too. I did not expect so. Childhood, that should be our friend. Yeah. Romance. Vanilla, it's her. Boop. Ooh, unrequited, that's... it's like hopeless, unrequited. Like, some of these are rough. It's like we're either going to end up with Yuri or... Aw, oh, man. I'm the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked in too. You were practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and now picking up piano? Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. Remember, that club wouldn't be here. Remember that the club wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. I'm super happy that you're all willing to help out for the festival too. Oh yeah, so there's a festival, and Monica has us doing for the festival. Completely rearranging your room. Well, hopefully it rearranges well. I can't wait for the festival. Okay, yeah, Natsuki, there we are. That's the name. It's gonna be great. Eh? Weren't you complaining about it just yesterday, Natsuki? So that's the weird one. Ooh, gotta accommodate a TV. Dang. Well, yeah. I'm not talking about our part in the festival, but it's a whole day of school where we get to play and eat all kinds of delicious food. You sound a bit like Sayori all of a sudden. Monica, do you have fried squid? Do they usually have fried squid? Squid? That's a pretty specific thing to look forward to. Oh, come on. Are you saying you don't like squid? You of all people. I didn't say I don't like it. Besides, what do you mean, you of all people? Yeah, what do you mean? Because it's right in your name. 60-inch. Burnt spots. Yeah, after a while, yeah, they can get worn out pretty good. Monica. Eh? That's not how you say my name at all. I mean, yeah, even though TVs are not as heavy as they used to be, it's, yeah. Also, that joke makes no sense in translation. Oh no, there's a translation joke that we didn't understand. Never mind. Let's focus on our own event now, okay? Fine. Got a 65 and weighs 35 pounds. I mean, that seems a lot easier to manage. Like, 35-pound TV is a lot easier to manage. Your reactions aren't as fun as Yuri's or Sayori's anyway. Excuse me? Where's Sayori anyway? Oh, there you are. Sayori is sitting at a desk in the corner of the room, looking down at nothing. I walk over to her. Hey, Sayori. I wave my hand in front of her face. Hey? You're spacing out again. Oh, sorry. Don't mind me. You could go talk to everyone else. Huh? Is everything alright? Of course. Why wouldn't it be? It just feels like you're a little off. Sorry for assuming things. Jeez, you worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Sayori shows me a big smile. Philips Google TV 4K. But 4K! It's all the resolutions. You're gonna have to upgrade your eyeballs to get to before you get another better TV. Don't let me distract you from having fun with everyone. Well, alright. If you say so. I worriedly glance at Sayori before turning back toward everyone else. The conversation has already dispersed, with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they must be spending a lot of time together. I timidly approach Monica, who is shuffling through some papers at her desk. Essen, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? Point in resolution where a human... Yeah, there's... I feel like we've reached that point, you know? I want to move the thing. Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? I mean... Okay, I want to... like, the music seems so loud. Why is... music is... Okay, there we go. Like, the music has been so loud. Yeah, music... like, I get it, music. You're very upbeat and fun. Maybe I'm reading into it a little too much, but she seems a bit downcast today. Oh? You think so? I can't say I've noticed anything about her. Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. That's weird. Maybe there's something on her mind. But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, SN. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she's never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her. But this time, when I asked her, she's really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything, so I'll drop it now. No. It's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her. And I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Hello, Joy. How goes things? Maybe I'll try talking to her myself. Are you sure about that? She seemed like she wanted to be left alone. Are you sure? I've seen some of it, and I know that it takes a twist, and those twists are very uncomfortable. I just don't know when it does it, and to what degree I have control over it. That's my problem. Like, I know enough about this game to know that yes. The self-harm related things, just, yeah. Very, when it turns, you'll know. But yeah, it's one of those things where all of the stuff up to this point that we've done, that whole like 3-hour session, the first session, is all just basically leading you. It's a misdirect. And yeah. It'll just, yeah. I think we get to the end of the first playthrough relatively soon, I think. And the thing is, after you get past the first playthrough, that's when you really like, it's one of those things where in New Game Plus, quote unquote, that's when the game really opens up. Because then you understand where the game is what the game is doing and what it's like, what its game is. Maybe she's just having a hard time bringing it up with a person of interest. Person of interest? What do you mean by that? I'm saying that maybe the thing on her mind is you. Me? How on earth would you come to that conclusion? Well, I probably shouldn't say too much, but Sayori talks about you more than anything else, you know? Eh? She's been so much happier ever since you joined the club. It's like an extra light was turned on inside of her. What? No way. Sayori is always like that. She's always been full of sunshine. It's not any different now than it always has been. You're so funny. Have you thought that maybe you've always seen her as so cheerful because that's just how she is when she's around you? Ellipses. I've said too much. I'm sorry. What do I know anyway? I do know where the story goes with Monica, and Monica has a lot more going on than she lets on at this point. I know that much. I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget what I said. I'll try to talk to her, so try not to think about it for now. Alright. Monica smiles meaningfully. I know she said to forget about it, but I already know that I won't be able to get her words out of my head. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her. But she's keeping her voice so quiet I can't hear her from here. I sigh and sit myself down. I know Sayori told me not to worry about her, and to have fun with everyone else. That's impossible to do when she's behaving like this. Exactly how much do I care about her that I'm letting this weigh me down so much? Now it feels like I'm the one behaving out of the ordinary. But there's nothing I can do besides wait for Monica. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the club room. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I know it, everything's back to normal. Everyone goes to retrieve their poems, and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica, and she smiles at me. I wonder what she was talking about with Sayori. I mean, let's just go down the line. Sayori, I wasn't keeping close track, so our poem is either very positive towards Sayori or very positive towards Natsuki. I'm not sure who it will like it more, but it felt like pretty evenly distributed between those two. This is your best one so far. It's really nice. Thanks. Sayori, you've been a little quiet today. Is everything alright? Eh? Of course. Everything is fine. The sweating, I don't, that worries me. Maybe I'm, just a little tired today. Do you want a nap or something? Only in a smaller scale, I think. It's one of those things where the amount that I know about the game, there's also a whole lot that I don't know about the game. And I think who you cater the poem to has an effect on what, like, smaller cutscenes you get. And also, apparently in this version of the game, also will unlock specialty DLC content, depending on if you make a poem specifically for someone. I don't think who you show the poem to first, second, or whatever makes any difference, but yeah, whether the poem is more so catered to someone, and whether you do more things to make them like you, I think has some degree of an effect, but I don't know all the specifics. Do you want a nap or something? No, that's silly. Don't worry about me, okay? I only want to see smiles on your face. Well, alright. Hey, Asen. I'm still a little surprised. I really thought you would try writing your poem, like the way Yuri does. Or even Natsuki. But in the end... Yeah? I guess you're the one who likes this one the most. I guess you're the one who likes... Why? You don't want to get closer with everyone else? Wait. Of course I do. But that doesn't mean I need to try so hard to impress them. I still understand you the most, Sayori. I know you have to sometimes put up with me. And I have to sometimes put up with you. But we have a wavelength or something. And this is how the poem came out. Sometimes it feels like you're the only exciting thing in my life. So sometimes it's just easier to write when thinking about you. Sayori? No. Listen, I don't deserve this. You're too nice to me. Why are you doing this? Sayori has trouble keeping her voice steady all of a sudden. If you have fun with everyone else instead, this would be so much easier. Sayori? I glance around the room to make sure nobody has noticed this. Sayori. I've probably never said this before, but I don't understand what you're feeling right now. Tell me what will cheer you up. Sayori shakes her head. She sniffles and keeps shaking her head. Finally, she gathers herself and puts on a smile. It's nothing, Isen. It's just a little rain cloud. I'm sorry you had to see that. I lost. Oh, you don't understand what's happening, or what? I promise, won't happen again. smiles from everyone, okay? It's all that matters. Like, because we've... With her feelings, I feel like... Like, because basically all three poems that we wrote targeted majority her feelings, or her things that she likes, I think she's probably the one that we have the most points in for relationship. And so, yeah, it seems to be mostly towards her. Go play with everyone else. I'm gonna go home a little bit early today. Uh-oh. The thing is, I think I know Sayori's ending. Or at least I think I remember Sayori's ending. And that's not good. But we'll see. Sayori. Tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom, humming to herself. Because I've seen the ending for Yuri, and I've seen an ending for Yuri, and I've seen an ending for crap. The friend we were just dealing with. Let's just keep going. Natsuki. This one's alright. Alright? Yeah, well, about as good as yesterday's anyway. I see what you're going for, it's just not really my style. I mean, that's fine. I'm mostly just glad you're trying a little bit. Well, of course I'm at least trying. Why are you so emotionally invested in my poems anyway? Isn't that more of a compliment to me? Eh? No, gross! It's not like I care. It's just that one of us in this club has to make sure that you're not slacking off. Really? Well, what if you ended up just scaring me away? That's not like you would actually do that. Yeah, you're right. It's kind of fun to hang out here, even if I have to put up with you. Gah. Natsuki's elbow connects with my stomach. Oh? Maybe I won't mind scaring you away after all. I was just joking. Oh, I know. Don't worry, I was too. How the hell do you call that a joke? It seriously hurt. Well, maybe it was funny to her. I guess that's kind of the point. I really should just watch my mouth around Natsuki. Anyway, Natsuki holds her poem out to me like nothing even happened. I'll be your beach. Your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminished your wonder over the years. But today I have a special place, a beach for us to go, a shore reaching beyond your sight, a sea that sparkles with brilliant light. The walls in your mind will melt away before the sunny glow. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way thought had left you long ago. Let's bury your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand, bathe in sunbeams and hold my hand. Wash your insecurities in the salty sea, and let me see you shine. Let's leave your memories in a footprint trail, set you free in my windy sail, and remember the reasons you're wonderful when you press your lips to mine. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. But if you let me by your side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll learn to love yourself again.
Yeah? I felt like I kept writing about negative things, so I wanted to write something with a nice message for once. Besides, the beach is awesome.
She's a beach. I mean, she seems fun. She seems nice, relatively speaking. Like, she gives kind of like a standoffish demeanor, but like she clearly is nice. Like, yeah.
Kind of hard to write anything negative about the beach.
So you decided to write about the beach first and then came up with a message later?
Well, yeah, well, it's only because that happened yesterday, or because of what happened yesterday. I mean, after Yuri and I realized we kind of wrote about the same thing. She wanted to pick a topic and have us both write about it, or whatever. You can really see her doing that, too. Making us write about a simple topic and then trying to impress me by coming up with something all fancy. It's not like I care. It's just I did it anyway. I mean, I guess mine ended up being kind of metaphorical, too. But there's nothing wrong with doing that once in a while. And at the very least, it was good practice.
Alright. So wait, does that mean Yuri wrote a poem about the beach too? Alright, Yuri, what you got?
Decided to try something different today.
I guess so. Is that good or bad?
Well, neither. I have my preferences.
Yuri is such a beach too.
But it would be unfair for me to call something good or bad based on that. As always, I believe what's most important is exploring and discovering yourself.
That's comforting. I'm kind of afraid of disappointing you in some way or another.
Eh? Why me?
Well, you're always sophisticated with your writing and have the most advice to share.
Is that so?
Yuri thinks for a good minute.
That must be terrible.
Eh?
For me to become someone whose opinion is fearsome. How unlikable of me.
Yuri? It's not as bad as you're making it sound in your head. I just meant that I respect your opinion.
I see. I'm sorry that I always overthink and come to those sorts of conclusions.
Can't stand the game. I mean, I know the game is gonna turn, but yeah, it's pretty crazy. But if this isn't your jam, I'll be here Monday night with more Dead Space, freaking out about necromorphs.
I'm sorry I always overthink and come to these sorts of things. I'm just a little too used to it.
Have a good night. Thanks for stopping in. Overthinking?
Being disliked.
Yuri?
What I'm saying... What am I saying? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. Let's move on.
Alright. Do you want to share your poem now?
Okay. Here.
Beach. A marvel millions of years in the making, where the womb of Earth chaotically meets the surface. Under a clean blue sky, an expanse of bliss, but beneath gray rolling clouds, an endless enigma.
the easiest world to get. Stretch, I can stretch. Easiest world to get lost in is one where everything can be found. One can only build a sandcastle where the sand is wet, but where the sand is wet, the tide comes. Will it gently lick at your foundations until you give in, or will a sudden wave send you crashing down in the blink of an eye? Let's see. Either way, the outcome is the same. Yet, we still build sandcastles. I stand where the foam wraps around my ankles, where my toes squish into the sand. The salty air is therapeutic. The breeze is gentle yet powerful. I sink my toes into the ultimate boundary line, tempted by the foamy tendrils. Turn back, and I abandon my peace and erode at the shore. Drift forward, and I return to Earth forevermore. I'm aware that the beach is kind of an inane thing to write about, but I did my best to take a metaphorical approach to it.
Yeah, Natsuki already told me about it.
She did? She didn't say anything weird, did she? She just wanted us to write about the same topic again. I suppose to better compare the differences in our writing styles, or thought processes. Anyway, it was her idea. Knowing her, it's no surprise she'd want to do something like that. She probably wants to show off. It's not like I have a particular interest in her writing style. I just went with her request. But, well, I suppose it's not bad to write about something simple on occasion. It can be refreshing, you know. It's good for me to calm my thoughts once in a while.
Yeah, I think I agree. Thanks for sharing. Alright, Monica, what you got?
Hi, Zen. Have you thought about what you want to submit to perform at the festival?
Well, being in this club is one thing, but performing in front of a bunch of people? I'll have to give it some more thought.
Okay, no pressure. But whatever you do, I'm sure it'll turn out great. It'll make me happy to see. Anyway, let's take a look at today's poem.
Sure. I'll let Monica take the poem I'm holding in my hands.
It's kind of funny.
How so?
No, not the poem. I mean, it's funny how your poem and Sayori's poems have been getting more and more similar to each other every day. I'm surprised you're so in sync with her. Then again, you've been spending a lot of time together lately, haven't you?
I guess you could say that. Although, we kind of grew up as best friends. I haven't been seeing... Although, we kind of grew up as best friends, I haven't been seeing as much of her this past year. Since I joined the club, we've been spending a lot of time together.
I see. That reminds me. About how Sayori's been a bit off today.
Yeah, did she tell you something?
Well... Listen, have you been flirting with her? You haven't been flirting with her, have you?
Of course not. I've been treating her like I always do.
Alright. Just making sure. I know how much you care about her. It'd be terrible if something bad happened to her, so keep an eye on her. Sayori's been acting so much happier ever since you joined the club. What could have happened all of a sudden?
I mean, I'm in the club.
Well, never mind. This really isn't time to be talking about this. Anyway, I'll share my poem with you now, alright?
Alright.
The lady who knows everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders Earth, the lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather, lost, adrift the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains. The last dim star glimmering in the twilight sky. Until one day the wind ceases to blow. I fall, and I fall and fall, and fall even more, gentle as a feather, and dry, quill, expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I'm thinking before I can speak. She responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend. Your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. You know, I feel like learning and looking for answers are the sorts of things that give life meaning. Not to get too philosophical or anything, but it was kind of on my mind, so that's what I wrote about.
I see. I never really put much thought into it.
In a way, it's almost paradoxical. Because if we had all the answers, wouldn't the world start to lose its meaning?
You know, there's one thing I noticed. It seems like everyone in the club prefers writing about things that are more sad than happy.
Are you surprised? I mean, if everything was okay, we wouldn't really have anything to write about, would we? Humans aren't two-dimensional creatures. I think you'd know that better than anyone.
You mean one-dimensional?
Yeah, that. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Are you ever too shy to share your writing because you're afraid that it's not that good? It can be really disheartening to get a lukewarm response to something you put so much into. But if you find other people who enjoy writing, then sharing becomes a lot easier. Because instead of just telling you that your writing is good, or okay, or bad, they want to focus on everything that went into it, and the things you can work on. It's much more encouraging that way, and it'll make you want to continue improving. It's almost like having your own little literature club, don't you think? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out... Hold on a sec. Is it just me, or did you say something strange just now? Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club. Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase. Jeez. Why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it. Stagnating air is a common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen.
In your books, maybe. Look, the only thing different is Sayori isn't here.
Seems you're right. Sayori always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everything's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around. Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she just went to pee. Natsuki, please, show some decency. Oh, come on.
She actually wasn't feeling too well and went home early.
Is that so? I hope she's alright. Seriously. All of the times to not go home with her, you pick the time she's not feeling well? So much for you two being all lovey-dovey.
No? First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, and I didn't want to force it.
Ooh.
That curious expression coming from Yuri of all people.
Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier, and everything is fine.
What did she say?
Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations, so let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend. I already know what I'm doing. That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes. But we might need a lot of them, and different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki? Challenge accepted. And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sayori will be helping me design them. And as for Yuri, you can... Guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri? I'm useless. No, it's not that at all. You're the most talented person here, you know. Now, Natsuki's pouting too.
Jeez. Even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sayori enough credit, but I can tell things are even harder on you when she's not around.
That may be the case. But if I can't be the leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So Yuri, you have beautiful handwriting, you know? So you should make some banners and decorations to help set the atmosphere. Atmosphere? I'm about that. I love atmosphere.
Yuri's expression suddenly changes, and she stares at her desk in focus and starts nodding to herself. Your mind is already racing, I see.
That's great. You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, SN.
The one who is truly useless.
Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It would probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. You could always help me out as well. I would really appreciate that.
That's... Is Monica suggesting I spend the weekend with one of my club members? How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that?
I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help. Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I could give you. It's not like Monica's gonna give me a choice. You shouldn't be sitting on your butt anyway.
Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that.
If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you would like to handle the baking on your own. SN may not like being around if you only make him feel like a nuisance. So therefore, he may be more suited to assisting with the decorations. Hold on, I never said that. Now, how hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more like you're just trying to make excuses for SN to... What are you saying? It will be extremely meticulous work. And baking isn't? Just what do you think? Guys, let's settle down for a moment. In the end, I think SN is to decide how he'd like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really gotten a chance to spend any time with me yet, you know? I'm sure he's interested in... You literally just said... I'm surprised as well. Sorry. I was just saying, though... Jeez. Can we just settle this already? Yeah. Okay. You're okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you.
Of course.
Very well. In that case...
Everyone looks straight at me. But of course, I'm going with... I mean... Yes, we should stay with them, but if we've been on the Sayori train the whole time, shouldn't we go check on her? That's the only thing that kind of makes sense, right? Like, if every one of our poems have basically been targeted towards Sayori, we have every reason to go check on Sayori first. Or just go check on Sayori. Like, that's the way I look at it. I mean, if it's gonna be anyone, then I prefer helping Sayori. I mean, we're already neighbors, and...
But Monica said that Sayori was helping her. Jeez. Do you really hate us that much?
No.
Sorry, I didn't mean for this to be difficult. Just think of the club.
Whoa. Okay. I mean, our poems leaned towards Natsuki when they weren't Sayori. Like, I have no idea how we end up accidentally triggering the ending that I know of for Yuri. And it's not good. And I have no idea how you don't trigger that. If, not helping her out is how you trigger it, or if helping her out is how you trigger it, I don't have any idea. You know what? Rito, who do we go with? Who do we help out? Natsuki with the baking, Yuri with, I don't know, the decorations or something? And then, Monica had the option, she was making, flyers or something? Pamphlets? So who are we helping? Natsuki with baking, Yuri with decorations, or Monica with pamphlets? Ooh. Let's get baking. Let's bake. Well, baking sounds like it could be fun. And you guys made it sound like a lot of work, so it could probably use 2 people.
Don't worry. Baking is a ton of fun. You'll definitely agree. Just a minute ago you were saying that... That's because... Never mind, okay? Well, anyway. You'll be fine by yourself, right, Yuri? Of course. I'm used to it after all.
Well, that's depressing.
That's good.
Even though Yuri's being melodramatic, it's a little hard to not feel bad.
So, that's everything, right? Anything else we need to talk about? No, I think that's it. Are you guys excited? Yes! Everything except the performance is gonna be awesome.
I don't think that really counts.
What about you?
Me? I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it'll turn out.
That's good enough for me. What about you, Yuri? Yuri? She's still sulking.
Natsuki starts pouting too.
It's not a big deal or anything.
Well, it might not be just that.
I think that Yuri might just feel a little underappreciated in general. Have you come up with something for her to do, and then having you come up with something for her to do, and then nobody offering to help? That doesn't mean... Natsuki glances back and forth between everyone with a worried expression. Look! Natsuki goes over and puts her hand down on Yuri's shoulders. Yuri, you really are the most talented one here. And you're gonna help make the event a lot more fun and welcoming. I mean, the cupcakes will probably help a lot too, but you're gonna make the atmosphere special. That'll be really important and for the way people feel during the performances. So, you need to stop being dumb and give yourself a little more credit. Natsuki releases her hands and turns around to face the other direction. You didn't really mean that, did you? Not really, but... Yuri isn't the only one surprised. Monika and I are taken aback by Natsuki's words. Natsuki, of all people, to be saying such encouraging things. But I begin to understand. Natsuki is trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori always helps someone smile, or always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves. I'm sorry for being dumb. I'm gonna do my best. And all of us are gonna make it a really great event. Yeah. I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today. So I guess it's time for us to head out. Okay, I'm staying a bit longer. I barely got to do any reading today. So, fair enough. There's nothing wrong with that. Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monika and Yuri out the door as they chat between each other. Where are you going? Eh? We need to figure out our plans for this weekend. You literally would have gotten home and realized you didn't even have a way to contact me. Oh, that's true. I have no idea how that slipped my mind. Jeez, good thing I stopped you. I'm giving you my number, okay? You better not make it weird or anything. Why would I do that? Natsuki gives me her number. Okay. I'm coming over Sunday. I'll bring all the ingredients. Wait. You're coming to my house? Well, yeah. What's wrong with that? I mean... I just figured that since I'm the one helping, I would be going to your house. Yeah, right. Like, I could never have a guy over my house. My dad would kill me. Really? It's kind of strict, if you ask me. Yeah, how do you think I feel? I can't do anything when my dad is home. Anyway, I just need to complain for a second. We have each other's numbers now. That's all I needed from you. I guess I'll text you when I'm coming over. Alright, fine by me. Yeah, I'm really going to show you why I love baking so much. So, you better look forward to it. Oh? Didn't you say you were just going to give me the dirty work? Well, I was just saying that. It's not like I could act like in front of everyone. That I was looking forward to this. Wait, really? Well, kind of. Just because I never got to bake with someone else before. That's all it is, okay? So... Alright, I get it. Sorry for overreacting. Anyway, I'll be heading out now. See you on Sunday. Never mind. I can't believe this. Natsuki's gonna be coming over to my house on Sunday. Even though I would have preferred to do this with Sayori, my anxiety still shoots through the roof. I guess I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point. But who knows what might end up happening when we're outside of school. She even told me she was looking forward to it. I shake my head. Why do I feel nervous that Sayori finds out about this? It's not like we feel that way about each other. Besides, like Monica said, this is about the club. I have nothing to worry about. If I just go with it, then I'll have a good time. It's already Sunday. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Natsuki's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much. I wonder if she'll act any different when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, she's been texting me a lot. We sent each other one after exchanging numbers to double check, but it turned into a conversation. She's almost a different personality on the phone, using tons of emojis and cute language. She's also really likes complaining about things, but I kind of saw that one coming. But putting Natsuki aside, I haven't heard a thing from Sayori since she left the club early the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayori said and what Monica said, is it really okay for me to put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me? I decided to visit Sayori before Natsuki comes over. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, which much like we've done in the past. Once I reach Sayori's house, I knock on the door before entering it myself. Again, we used to play so often that we've made a habit of simply entering each other's houses like we were family. The house is quiet. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. It's already strange of her to not run down and greet me. I head up to her bedroom, where I finally find her. Sayori? Hi, Sen. I sit down in her room. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell she's different. There's a minute of silence between us. You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you? I guess you're right. It's been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's room is as messy as it's always been. I always recognize the same stuffed animals on the wall decorations that she's had for years now. If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess. That's because I'd end up cleaning it for you. How come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Aren't you supposed to be seeing Natsuki today? Yeah, but... Wait, how do you know about that? Sayori had already left by the time we decided that last meeting. Monica told me. It's only natural for her to keep me informed about festival preparations, right? Oh, that's true. But what about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monica today? Of course. But I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan to meet up or anything. Oh, so it's just me and Natsuki then? Yep. There's more silence between us. Goodbye. Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I just wanted to see how you were doing. After you left on Friday, when something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well. So, Sayori smiles, shaking her head. That's no good, SN. Eh? Why can't it just be like it always has been? This is my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings, if I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have been worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have been thinking about me right now. But this is just my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punished for being so selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It just wants to torture me. Sayori. I grab Sayori by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this. So tell me already. Until I know, I won't stop thinking about it. Sayori gives me an empty smile. You really put me in a trap, SN. But you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time. Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori? You're really going to make me say it, aren't you, SN? I guess I have no choice this time. The thing is, I've had really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late for school every day? Because most days I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their energy and caring to waste by having them spend it on me? That's what it feels like. And that's why I just want to make everyone happy. Without anyone worrying about me. I'm in shock. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayori kept this from me the entire time that I've known her? Did she really want so badly for me to just not think about her? Why, Sayori? Eh? Why is it that you never told me about this? It almost feels like I've been betrayed as your close friend. Because if I knew, I would have done done everything I could to support you. Even if there's only so much that I could do. I would have tried a little bit harder to make every day a little bit better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me. You don't understand at all, Asen. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would have to waste effort caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes, but it also feels like a bat being swung against my head. That's what I wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Oh. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. Then, I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get closer with everyone in the club feels like a spear going through my heart. So that's why I decided The world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt.
You're right that I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori. I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting. That's what I'll do.
No. There's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that you could have helped is if everything could be like it was always, or like it always was. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am.
Tears streaked down Sayori's face.
I made you join the literature club because I was selfish. And I was punished by my heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. And now you came here and I made you hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish. That's all I am. And that's why I am going to accept these punishments. Because I deserve every last one.
Without thinking, I once again grab Sayori's shoulders. This time, I pull her into a tight embrace. Sayori, I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, then that's just a bonus. But please, never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Sayori, that's SN.
Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remained at her sides. She starts sobbing next to my ear.
No. Don't do this to me. Please don't do this. SN,
Sayori barely manages to speak between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. But all I want is for her to know that I care. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away. And if there's anything that you need me to do, then you'd better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't.
I don't know. I don't know.
Gently, Sayori finally puts her arms around me in return.
I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings, SN. Only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain. But your hugs are so warm. And that's really scary too.
Sayori lets me go. As she does, I let her go as well. As she does so, I let her go as well. The festival is tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun, right?
Yeah.
How would you like to spend it all? How would you like for me to spend it all with you? That it's what I want. I promise.
I think that would be nice, then.
Yeah. Sayori wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. Of all the days, this has to be the one where I have other plans. Maybe I should cancel.
No, don't. Please don't. If you did that, then I wouldn't forgive you.
But it's almost time for Natsuki to meet me at my house. At the very least, do you want to come along and help out? It would be fun.
To my surprise, Sayori shakes her head. I'm sorry. I don't know if that would be very good for me today. You understand, right? Uh... It's kind of hard for me to fully understand. But I'm trying my hardest. It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Alright. I look forward to it. I say goodbye to Sayori and exit her house. On the way home, I find myself still feeling uneasy. But it's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Natsuki is about to come over, too. I think Sayori is right. I shouldn't be worrying too much, and we're definitely going to have a great time tomorrow. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. I spend only a few minutes back at home, anxiously waiting Natsuki's arrival. Before I know, she texts me to let me know she's outside the front door. Without delay, I open the front door and let her in. What's up? Hey. I don't know what I was expecting, but seeing Natsuki in something other than her school uniform totally threw me off. Seeing her in such cute clothes makes the uniform seem totally unfitting in comparison. Jeez, don't make it feel so awkward already. It's gonna be a long afternoon, so don't be weird, just because you're not used to seeing me outside of school. Anyway, I'm coming in. I see you brought a lot of stuff. Natsuki's carrying a large bag that is probably full of baking supplies. Well, I didn't want to come all this way to find that your kitchen isn't equipped for the job. You bought everything I asked, right? Yeah, I did. Yesterday, Natsuki asked me to buy a bunch of ingredients if I didn't already have them at home. Good. Glad I could count on you to do your part. Well, of course. I'm surprised to hear Natsuki suddenly say that, rather than something snarky like she usually does. Could it be that she is a little different outside of school after all? Anyway, let's go to the kitchen. What? You're not even gonna offer to take this heavy bag from me? Where's your hospitality? Come on. Since when did I need to be a gentleman? I grab the bag Natsuki holds out to me. Ugh, this is ridiculously heavy. I carried that all the way here. Are you impressed? I see now. Yeah, I am impressed, Natsuki. Seems like I always underestimate you. It's because I'm so small, isn't it? Jerk. Natsuki hits a fist into my chest. Hey, your size has nothing to do with it. Do you really hate being small that much? It's not like I hate it. I mean, sometimes I like proving people wrong that they only think I'm worth my size. It's fun when I get to be small and also better than other people. But, geez, never mind. What are you making me say? Don't think you can make me talk about weird things just because we're not in school. Are we getting started or what? There's a lot of stuff I gotta teach you. What? That's a little more like you. You're more fun when you just speak your mind like that. Hey. Now, you are treating me like a kid. I was just trying to be nicer to you, you know? I don't have a mature and sexy figure like Yuri doesn't mean you should treat me like... Ah...
Natsuki catches her words, and her face turns red. Natsuki?
Forget it. I didn't say anything.
I should apologize.
Eh?
I appreciate that you were trying to be nicer. I should have been a little more considerate too. But also, if that's what you're thinking, then you should know that there are tons of guys out there that are into body types like yours.
How would you know that exactly?
Just trust me on this one.
Gross.
Hey. Was that to me?
Who else?
Man. Let's just get started already.
You get all sour when girl calls you gross. I finally found your weakness.
Natsuki smiles deviously. Please spare me. Well, if Natsuki decides to dish out more insults, then there's no way I'm not fighting back. But she's satisfied enough for now, finally starting to pull things out of the bag so we can get started. Before long, the whole kitchen is a mess. Spoons, dirty bowls, flour, spilled fluid, and plastic bags are strewn about every countertop. The mixer isn't big enough to make all the batter at once, so we've had to do it several times. Meanwhile, Natsuki is babysitting all of my movements to make sure I don't mess up her precious baking.
Sen, where did you put the food coloring? The batter's going into the oven soon, and I need to fill the trays.
I think it's still in the bag next to the table. What are you using it for?
To color the batter, of course. I'm making each tray a different color. That way, even if the flavors aren't different, everyone can still pick their favorite.
That's a cute idea. Are we doing anything like that with the icing?
Do you want to?
You're asking me? I don't really have a preference, so...
Come on. You're not putting any heart into this at all. Can't you at least try to have fun?
I'm having fun. I'm not really sure what Natsuki is trying to get out of me. Meanwhile, I see her separate the batter into smaller bowls and put a few drops of food coloring in each. Ah, that does look pretty cool.
See? It's not like baking is about just following It's not like baking is just about following the instructions. The presentation is where you get to be creative and have the most fun. It's a million times more worth in the end. Just looking at it makes everyone's eyes lighten up.
Like the ones you made for my first day, huh? I recall Natsuki proudly presenting her cat-shaped cupcakes, and Sayori and Monika's delighted expressions. I wonder if I can make Natsuki proud like that too. Yeah? Maybe I will use food coloring then.
Sounds like you're starting to understand. Just make sure you completely finish mixing the icing before you mess with the food coloring.
Yeah, it's getting there. We were using an electric mixer for the batter, but so I got stuck with a whisk and a huge bowl of icing.
The icing's still all lumpy. Are you even trying?
Well, yeah. It'll just take a little longer.
Jeez, I'll be here all night if you don't do it like that. Or I'll be here all night if you do it like that. Here, look.
Natsuki grabs the whisk from me and uses her hand to tilt the bowl back.
You really need to beat the crap out of it.
After a few seconds, the consistency of the icing has already improved.
See? As if to emphasize, Natsuki sticks a finger in the icing and pops it in her mouth. I reluctantly start to do the same. Hey! Natsuki suddenly grabs my wrist. I don't want your gross fingers in my icing. Your icing, eh? Are you forgetting who did all the work? I start to fight back, trying to inch my finger towards the bowl. Don't make me beat the crap out of you next. I'd like to see you try. I push harder, just enough for my finger to reach the icing. I triumphantly scoop some with my finger, just as Natsuki tugs with all her might. Ah. The force of Natsuki pulling me causes me to stumble, making her stumble in turn. Gross! You got it on my face! Whose fault is that? There's a big glob of icing on Natsuki's cheek. She tries to reach it with her tongue, but it's too far away. Jeez. You know what? Take this. Natsuki instead wipes it off with her finger before shoving her finger towards my own face. You wish. I'm faster. I grab her wrist with my hand before it reaches my face. Natsuki tries to use her other hand to fight back, but I grab that one as well. Stop. Not until you apologize for calling me gross. Fine. I'm sorry for calling you gross. You know I don't mean it. It's just fun seeing you react to it. You do that to me all the time, you know? Saying dumb things just to get a reaction out of me. You really shouldn't tease girls like that. Is that so? In that case, I probably shouldn't do this either. I take Natsuki's finger, put it in my mouth, and lick off the icing. What? Did you seriously just... Natsuki is so surprised that she can't even figure out how to get mad at me. Her face is entirely red. Listen, you really shouldn't do that kind of thing to girls unless you really like them. You know that, right? What kind of question is she asking me just like that? How did the mood turn to this so quickly? Natsuki gazes at me in silence. I notice her shallow breaths. Why am I starting to feel dizzy? Out of nowhere, the fire alarm starts to go off. Natsuki rushes over to the oven. Is something burning? I thought you didn't put the cupcakes in yet. No wonder. You left a dirty tray in here, dummy. How could you make How could you make a mistake like that? You should have checked before turning the oven on. Don't blame me for your mistakes. Jeez. Natsuki uses an oven mitt to grab the blackened tray out of the oven. She sets it on top of the stove. In another moment, the fire alarm stops. Anyway, I'm putting them in the oven now. Yeah. The tension from the moment before still lingers over our heads. But the moment has already been lost. And I watch Natsuki slide the cupcake trays into the oven. Then I reluctantly pick up the whisk and continue with the icing, like nothing's ever happened. That smells good. The cupcakes are ready to be pulled out of the oven. As soon as Natsuki opens up the oven door, a blast of sweet-smelling warm air fills the room. Look how cute they all look. She proudly shows off the different colored cupcakes in each of the trays. They'll look even better once we add the icing. Not like you need to tell me that. I brought decorating stuff so I could help you get creative. Here's a scoop of icing. Here, scoop the icing into these bags.
Natsuki hands me some plastic bags.
I have these nozzles that will make it look nice and fluffy. This one can even make flowers. Probably won't be using it this time though.
What's this one for? I pick up one of the nozzles that has a much thinner tip than the others.
That one's really thin, so you can use it to make stripes or other patterns. But you can also use it to write stuff on the cake. Like happy birthday or whatever.
I see. That gives me an idea, actually.
Hey?
Well, it's a literature event, right? We could make it more literature themed by writing a different word on each of the cupcakes. It would be fun to see people choose their cupcake based on the word they like.
I was kind of expecting you to say something really stupid, but that's actually a really cute idea, so...
Maybe I'm getting it from you.
What's that supposed to mean? I'm not cute.
Come on. We're not at school, and nobody's judging. You can't dress and act like this and not expect me to think you're cute. And not expect me to think you're cute.
Well...
Natsuki's voice trails off.
Same with you.
Eh? Did you say something?
No, nothing. Let's just do the icing.
Natsuki picks up the pace and fastens the nozzle onto each of the bags.
There's a lot to do, so we shouldn't be wasting time. Here, I'll show you how to do it.
Without giving me a chance to think about it, Natsuki quickly moves on. She shows me how to apply icing, and then we each get to work. When we're finally finished, Natsuki puts them all side by side to admire our work.
Look how pretty they all are together.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
I wish I could have one now.
Well, there's no reason you can't, right? I don't see any harm in that.
Well, yeah, but... My dad's making dinner tonight, so I really need to save my appetite.
Sayori's the exact opposite in that regard. If she were here, she'd probably be down 10 cupcakes already. And she would still eat dinner.
Come on, that's just unhealthy. Besides, when my dad cooks, I need to eat as much of it as I can. Well, anyway, I was hoping that we would have time for manga, but I need to be home for dinner.
Already? That's a shame.
It's not your fault for working so slowly. Or, it's your fault for working so slowly. You should have thought about this. It's not like you'll always have this chance.
Man. As usual, Natsuki places the blame on me. Sorry. It's getting late, and I really expected us to hit the turning point in this game by now.
You can bring the cupcakes tomorrow, right? If you and Sayori each carry some, then you can probably do it in one trip.
Yeah, I can do that. But don't worry, I won't let her eat any.
I wish she would listen to me the way she listens to you.
Yeah. I think back to my conversation I had with Sayori earlier today. I felt so helpless. Sayori always does listen to me, but at that point, it felt like she couldn't listen to me at all.
I'm all packed up. Good work today.
You too. I'll walk you out, I guess.
Just like that, Natsuki is already about to leave. Feels like the afternoon went by in a flash. More than that, did I even take the opportunity to get closer to her like I wanted? Well, I guess I'll be off then. Thanks for all the help and everything. See you tomorrow. Wait, Natsuki. Hey? What you said before about not always having a chance, or not always having this chance. It doesn't have to be that way at all. I had fun today. You showed me how fun baking can be, like you wanted. But aside from that, you can come over anytime, okay? I think that if possible, I'd like to spend more time like this. If you want to read manga or go out somewhere. Do you really mean that? Natsuki looks at me tensely, like she's trying to hide her expression. Yeah. I want to spend more time with you. Zen, I thought you only cared about getting this done. I'm sorry I had to leave so early today. I really didn't want to. I really should. I really stay longer. I would really stay longer if I could. I feel the same way about you, so... Natsuki suddenly gets closer to me. Wait, Natsuki. Standing inches from me, Natsuki looks up at me. I feel her fingers gently clutch at my sides of my shirt, as if holding on to me. Her rose-colored cheeks and matching eyes fill my vision, along with her slightly parted lips. What is happening? My head starts to go dizzy as I feel her soft breaths against me. I've felt it for a while now. Natsuki suddenly jumps back. Sayori? Eh? Oh, hey, it's Sayori. Hi, Sayori. It's not awkward at all. Situation. It's fine. Perfectly reasonable situation. We're fine. Hi, San. Sayori. Just now, we weren't... It's okay, San. I just stopped by to say hi. Ah... Well... You should have come a little earlier. I'm already on my way out, so... Really? That's too bad. Yeah, well... I'll still see you at the festival tomorrow, so it's fine. Just don't eat any cupcakes before then. Anyway, later. Clearly flustered, Natsuki hurries off, and Sayori waves goodbye. Sayori. I'm sorry, Sayori. I thought you didn't want to come over today. Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was really mean to me. So I had to come and see for myself. See what? What are you talking about? You know, how much fun you were having with Natsuki. How close you got to her. It makes me really happy. You've made such good friends. That's all that matters to me. Tears start to fall down Sayori's face. That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Asen? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart's splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if I could just disappear. Sayori, don't say that. It's true. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monaco's right. I should just... Monica? Monaco's right about what? Sayori, what I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. Something that's something it's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So, even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain. But Sayori looks away. I put my hand on her shoulder to reassure her. I'm scared, Essen. I'm really scared. What are you scared of, Sayori? I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me. Sayori? It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. Zen, I like you so much that I want to die. It's how I feel. And that's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. Do you remember how I said I always know what's best? Do you remember how I said I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all of your own feelings, I know what you need the most right now. And that's what I'm going to give you. I mean, we're still on the Sayori train, right? Sayori, I love you. Eh? Those are my true feelings. So there's no way you could like me more than I like you. I should have realized it sooner. But spending time with everyone in the club, making new friends, having fun with you every day, it helped me realize that you are truly the most important person to me. And that's why I'll accept any of your burdens. As long as we continue like this every day, with you by my side, then I know we'll both be happy. Listen. Suddenly, Sayori wraps her arms tightly around me. Listen, is this really okay? Yeah. I hold Sayori in my arms and pull her closer. You'll never have to let go of me again. I love you, Asen. I want to be with you forever. Me too. I feel Sayori's grip around me weaken a little bit. What is this? Sayori? I'm supposed to be happy right now. I always thought this would be the happiest moment for me. But why, even now, why won't the rain clouds go away? They're not going away at all. It's okay, Sayori. It might take some time for things to get better again. But no matter how long it takes, I'll be there every step of the way. And that's all that matters right now. Okay. I trust you. Sayori and I slowly release each other. So, I guess that makes the festival tomorrow our first date, right? What are you saying? I don't want to think about those things, you know? I want everything to be the same as it always has been. Even if we are a couple. I don't know if I could handle anything more right now. It's really new and scary to me. I understand. We'll go at whatever pace suits you best. Hey. Sayori gazes at me once again, smiling sadly. Even if I get really, really sad, this is the best thing for me, right? I don't really understand what Sayori means by that. Are you saying that this makes you feel sad, Sayori? I don't know. I don't understand what I'm feeling. It felt like a bunch of thorns when you told me you loved me. But that's why I want to trust you. That's best for me. Yeah, I do. Uh, That's my promise. I say that, but in reality, I've never felt more uncertain when it comes to Sayori. I know that I love her and she loves me, but I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if I should be doing something more or something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were. Is that what Sayori meant by not wanting anything to change? I don't know. But I know that I'll give it everything I've got. Sayori is the most important person to me, and I'll do whatever it takes to have a happy future with her. It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, preparations for the event should be nearly complete. I managed to carry all the cupcakes myself by carefully stacking 2 trays. Natsuki's already texting up a storm, and I can't respond, thanks to my hands being full. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Natsuki at the festival. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. Asen, you're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny. I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica is placing booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that have all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like, and I submitted it. So, that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. Dummy. You think that days this important, she'd try a little harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday. And suddenly feel awful, knowing that it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. Uh, you should take a little responsibility for. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. That she's she's Monica. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know. Exchange, Monica. You know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president, after all. But I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? That we're a couple now? I didn't really plan on bringing it up with anyone else. Or I didn't plan on bringing it up with anyone yet. Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so. Don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Eh? Monica is being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desks. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yep, I thought so too. I flip through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it almost professional feel. I recognize Natsuki and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one I haven't read before. Get out of my head, 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 get out of my head. Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. Ah, what is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Yes, Hen? What's wrong? Uh, nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm gonna go get Sayori, so. Ah, well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself, Monica calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs and what I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house, knock on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone. Like yesterday, I open the door, let myself in. Sayori. She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. That really is something that a boyfriend would do, isn't it? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori, wake up, dummy. There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. God damn it. Here we go. Line 307. File, script, line 307. See traceback text for details. I mean, we can go look at the thing, right? Let's see. Game script, chapter 5, line 307. Let's go look at the files. What is it? Happy thoughts? I don't think I remember that one being there earlier when we looked. What was the file called? I don't remember again. Wait, traceback text, right? Traceback text. Exception. Oh, geez, I didn't break anything, did I? Hold on a sec. I can probably fix this, I think. Actually, you know what? This would probably be a lot easier if I just deleted her. She's the one who's making this so difficult. Ah, well, here goes nothing. Shit. This is how Sayori gets deleted. I've seen enough of this game to know that Sayori gets deleted. Fuck. She's already been deleted. Shit. Oh no, that means her hanging is here somewhere, probably, right? No? Okay. Alright. It's just gonna get weirder. Shit. Yep, we're homing in on it. It's just gonna be weird now. God damn it. Save file is corrupt. Starting a new game. This is supposed to be Sayori's text, and she's not here anymore. God damn it. I see an annoying girl running to me from the distance, waving her arms. There is totally oblivious. The girl's text is messed up. My neighbor, good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend never seen yourself making. It just works out because we've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days, but starting to have a high school, we overslept more frequently. We get tired waiting up. But she's gonna chase after me. It's almost like better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let catch up to me. It's an ordinary school day, like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friends groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself that it's about time to meet some girls or something like that, but I have no motivation to join any clubs. Wow, so the story already retconned out Sayori and that she was going to get me to join the club. I'm perfectly content on getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. School day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Sen? Monica? Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. Lies. Lies. It's been a while, right? Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yep. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Literature. That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? Huh? How many members? Do you have a vice president? No? It's kind of embarrassing, but there's only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. But it's not boring at all, you know? Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monica say she? Hey, SN. By any chance, are you looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but... In that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but could you at least visit my club? It would make me really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Awesome. You're really sweet, you know that? It's nothing, really. Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I dejectedly follow Monica across the school and upstairs in a section of the school I rarely visit. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Monica, you're glitching out. I'm back. I brought a guest with me. Eh? A guest? Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But, anyway, welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So, let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki? The girl with the sour attitude. The girl with sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. Yuri's the vice president in this version? Okay. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature. or comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So, I ran into SN in the classroom, and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica. Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? Oh, I was going to, well, you know, sorry. I didn't forget that, but it just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens up the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So, you didn't really plan on coming here. So, I know you really didn't. Yeah, I saw. Blah. Back in words. So, I know you really didn't plan on coming here. But we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. That's me. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very excited. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when something doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that it's both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down a teapot in the middle. Keep the whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers give us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, what kind of books do you like to read? Considering how little I've read in the past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking about Yuri's sad smile. I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of a teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way that her eyes light up when she finds her comfort in a world of books. Her eyes light up
in the way that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people.
But, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can be so deliberate, or can so deliberately take advantage of your lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately.
Oh, I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well have a conversation. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock.
I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes
dart over me for a split second.
Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write down cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind at the last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give that back. Fine.
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No.
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
I'm not very confident writer yet. Or, not a very confident writer yet.
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers and expose the vulnerabilities and showing deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have any experience writing? Or do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your works, you can get an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers.
I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment.
Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri
look quizzically at Monika.
Let's go home and write a poem on our own.
How is the poem gonna So the poems aren't gonna include anything relating to I didn't know if the sound just went weird or whatever. Because yeah, Sayori, nothing of hers is going to be available in the poem.
And we'll share them with each other. That way everyone is even. That's a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for us all to participate in together. I did decide to take responsibility as vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now we have a new member. It seems like a good step for us to take.
Hey, I did not agree to join the club. I was just here visiting, right?
Do you agree?
Oh, hold on, there's still one problem.
What's that?
Oh, that we've reached the most important topic. I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I mean, yeah, didn't the main character make that point that they didn't actually join the club the first time? I never said I would join the club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought.
All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought... Eh? The girls exchange glances before Monica turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, SN. The thing is, we don't have enough members to form an official club. We need 4. Boy, it's a shame you don't have another member. They maybe, got deleted from existence. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. If we don't find one more before the festival... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So, if writing poems is the price I pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that? Yeah. Could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would have been super pissed. I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem and bring it to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Listen, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Where's Sayori? Bring back Sayori. We liked Sayori. Sayori was nice. But now Sayori doesn't exist. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? Also, Monica injected herself into the spot where Sayori was. I don't think that's a coincidence. I think she is interested in the main character, and so she just stuck herself into the role where Sayori was, thinking that was, that would get main character interested. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay. See you tomorrow then. Can't wait. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have to change. Well, perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I just need to make the most of my circumstances. And I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem. I've unlocked a special poem? Yes, let's read the special poem. That is such a special poem. Look at that. Look at that poem go. That is so special. Really, we only have those two as options. Like, we're just gonna go Natsuki at this point. Like, we've already messed up doing it on one of them. Massacre. Sheesh. Like, if it's less between the two of them, it's just like... Uh-oh. That was not a good poem. Hi again, Hassan. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Yeah, no, don't worry. Might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise. Hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on! Like he deserves any slack. He already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here to hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. She's breaking the thing. Get behind the words. Damn it, Monica. Stop breaking the rules. Natsuki certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga in the room. Monica, stop breaking the rules. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Is she going so much against Natsuki because we basically wrote a poem for Natsuki? Like, is that why Monica is just so opposed to Natsuki? I'm sorry, Isen. I'll make sure you put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you have an interest in picking up a book to read. Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that, if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be part of this club, so even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? Yeah, I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so if you keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you want.
The changes in the music are actually freaking me out now.
This
is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book that she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book.
Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet.
Ah!
I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there?
Fucking Bonnicum! She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point of keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up?
Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga.
You read manga too, right?
Sometimes. Manga's one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know, anyway?
I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face.
What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack.
There it is!
Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. Then she turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right in the middle of the rest.
Much better. Seeing a box with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world.
I know that feeling. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. Probably means it's either way out of my demographic or simply terrible.
If you're gonna judge me, you can do it through the glass on that door.
She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything.
It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing. Consider this as a lesson. Don't judge a book! In fact,
Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box.
I'm going to show you exactly why.
She shoves the book right into my hands. Ah! I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire, striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly moe.
Don't just stand there.
What? Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. Then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. Pats the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat.
Chairs wouldn't work. You can't read at the same time like that.
Why's that? I guess it's easier to come closer like this.
Don't say it like that. You'll make me feel weird about it.
Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either.
Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I began since I read the beginning? Hmm? You don't go back and flip through older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series? Hey, are you paying attention? Uh. I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not, even though you're just watching me read. Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? Hmm? Oh, hmm? You don't? Um, it's not. Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Oh, sorry. Like, I could get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch him in the face. Ugh, I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated towards the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Hmm? It's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. My dad would beat the shit out of me if he found this. I don't understand what's happening here. Like, is this Monica messing with Natsuki's dialogue so that she's, like, less appealing? Or what is happening here? At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica's kind of a jerk about it. Just can't win, can I? Well, it's paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it. Well, it's not like it solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? Uh, so... Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flip the page. Time passes. Natsuki is strangely quiet now. I glance over at her. Looks like she's starting to fall asleep. Hey, Natsuki. Yeah? Suddenly, Natsuki collapses straight into me. Hey! Oh, jeez. Natsuki, are you okay? Here. Monica reaches into her bag and pulls out some kind of protein bar. She throws it in Natsuki's direction. Natsuki's eyes suddenly light up again. She snatches a bar from the floor and immediately tears off the wrapper. I told you not to give... She doesn't even finish the sentence before stuffing it into her mouth. Don't worry. She's fine. Just happens every now and then. That's why I keep a snack in my bag for her. Anyway, why don't we share our poems? Okay. How different could the poems possibly be this time, right? Like my poem is very much like a Natsuki poem. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair that I share mine with her first. Okay, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind. I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Then what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this so I could have... I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monica said. Well, I'd be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You're supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha! Well, it's not that great, but let me show you what the real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So, in other words, you're saying you liked it. Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. You're so... You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you, you don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out what this is, a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me do it if I don't. Or will make me if I don't. Okay, eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah, I told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school always thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't that the point of poems, for someone to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But other nice thing, simple, is puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up a rhyme at the end and then made it fall flat on purpose. Helps bring out the feeling in the last line. And so you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. You didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. I mean, yeah, we're just going to try to get through this day, and I'm going to save before we make the next poem. Because I don't know, I don't know if Monica's going to make another move to try to manipulate things, or if we've got to go all the way through her trying to delete another character. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking.
It's fine, don't force yourself.
I'm not... I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right?
Yeah? Why do you ask?
I'm just making sure. I guess it might be after reading through.
So it's bad.
No. Did I just raise my voice? I'm sorry.
Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying?
Right. It's just that there's specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think most noticeably is recognize new writers try to make their styles very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a style separate from the topic matter and then form fit two together. The end results in both the style and expressiveness are weakened.
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something that you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but all comes with practice and learning by example, and trying new things. I hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though.
Biased how?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share the thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily, as if it's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost Under the Light. I can't remember if this is the one from the first day of the first run. Tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. Yeah, I feel like, yeah. This is what we saw the first time, last time. Breathing air, the present, and living in the past. Light flickers, I flicker back.
Sorry to have such terrible handwriting.
What? Wasn't thinking about that at all.
It took you a long time to read.
Ah. Well, I just don't read script very often.
I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
Huh? That's a relief.
Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it's very descriptive. Ooh, wait, can we skip this? Can we skip forward to... Wait, because this is repeating stuff, can we... Too short. Usually write longer poems, not at all. I'll be honest. I don't want to skip to accidentally skip something we shouldn't, but skip wasn't available before, you know. Want to write something more mild, easier to digest. Are you into ghosts? Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all. Totally missed the point. Suppose you didn't glance over. Symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. Soon be left with nothing. A lot more solemn putting it that way. I even thought of that. I hadn't even thought of that. It's impressive. It's nothing really. Like, yeah, I do kind of want to try to skip. Just remember I won't be able to pick up on these things. You're right. Guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Alright, Monica. What do you got? Oh, see, we don't have the option to skip, so it's not stuff that we've seen before. So I think we're just going to start skipping stuff to skip. Although, I think I'm probably going to turn in for the night. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you have any suggestions for the club, like new activities, things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring new things, or bring new things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share a poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry. We're all a little embarrassed. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past. It's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like it. Really? It's cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. No. This kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. She's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. I guess, yeah, because we wrote this one targeted towards Natsuki, that's why we can't skip this dialogue? If you say so. Yep. If you're interested in Natsuki, then always keep a snack on you. She'll cling to you like a puppy. Natsuki's dad doesn't give her lunch money or leave her any food in the house, so she's fussy mood pretty often. But sometimes she loses all her strength and shuts down. Like earlier. It's just a guess, but I think she's so small because her malnutrition is interfering with her adolescent growth. This is weird dialogue. This is a weird thing to talk about at a school club. Some guys are into petite girls too, you know? Sorry, just trying to look on the bright side. Anyway, you gonna read my poem? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, That's because I have to sound confident. It doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? Alright, I see. Let's read it. Hole in the wall. I'm pretty sure we'd seen this one. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. And we skip forward. Phew! Guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. It's a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They're gingerly exchanging sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. I can't skip this. I thought this was what we saw last time. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I'm just trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try hard? You have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say. Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would ask someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and SN too. So based on that, I'd gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. Don't expect to change it anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't. And SN liked my poem too. Okay. I feel like this was different. Was it the same? I can't remember. Like, it would give me the option to skip if this was all just the same overall dialogue, right? He told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Hey? That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that SN appreciates my advice more than appreciates yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I would make everything I do overly cutesy. I just want to get through this thing. Like, my eyes are just dead. I'm having trouble reading now. Well, you know what? I was the one whose boobs magically grew. Yeah, we saw this text last time. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Taking out our insecurities on each other like that, on others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Me? Look who's talking. You wanna be edgy, bitch? Edgy? Sorry, my lifestyle's too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know. If you want to prove anything, stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. Think you can counterbalance your toxic personality by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Whoa, be careful, or you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you?
Whoa. Sheesh.
Oh, did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let SN hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels after this.
Suddenly Yuri turns towards me as if she noticed I was she noticed I was standing there.
SN, she's trying to make me look bad. It's not true. She started it.
I did not. I could not read that fast enough. We're not allowed to pick Natsuki. Every time I pick Natsuki, it just gets bigger. Hi, Monica. Monica. Uh, Monica. Monica. Okay, that button removes the overlay. I can't actually tell who I'm selecting. Game, what are you doing to me? Monica. Hi, Monica.
Um, hey, SN, why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay? Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. Probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll just go back once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, this makes you want to spend less time with the others, and that's fine.
Oh, shit. That's what she's doing. She's trying to make sure that we might not want to spend time with the others, and we want to spend time with her. She wants to prioritize the main character's time.
I'd be happy to spend time with you instead.
Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She quickly runs away.
Oh dear. Looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Son, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Anyway, the meeting's over. You can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something. But she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president. I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take responsibility today. Sounds kind of like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. It's just I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with SN. It'd be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? Sorry for causing trouble. Okay, I'm gonna save. Oh! All of the other slots are gone again. Yeah, all the other slots are gone. Interesting. We'll save there. Let's have a quick look back at the menu. Right? That like the main menu is going to be a little weird, right? Because yeah, Sayori's got some weird stuff going on. Let's go to the main. Okay, so trying poems for different characters. Yeah, it's like I need to write poems for the other characters. Yeah, that's something. I don't remember that being there before. Can you hear me? There's a little devil inside of all of us. Beneath their manufactured perception, their artificial reality is a writhing, twisting mess of dread, loathing, judgment, elitism, self doubt, all thrashing to escape the feeble hold of their host, seeping through every little crevice they can find into their willpower, starving them of all motivation and desire, into their stomach, forcing them to drown their guilt in comfort food, or into a newly opened gash in their skin, hidden only by the sleeves of a cute new shirt. Such a deplorable tangled mass is already present in every single one of them. That's why I choose not to blame myself for their actions. All I did was untie the knot. Huh. I don't know what that. So yeah, here was them deleting Sayori. Insecure directory. Scratch disk, do not use it to store sensitive or permanent things. If you need access to the files, Ria's working, proxies of such. Meeting notes. You know who went on too many tangents again. I need to be more assertive and stay focused. I don't know what these files are, and I'm worried. Okay, these are unknown file types, I guess. Oh, key pair, boat, spaceship. I don't know what these are. Let's see. Sayori's winning words. Oh shit! Is this? Oh, it's the poem words. This says whose words are what's. Like what word is worth the most for people? I think. Yeah, I think that's what these are. Like word S points, N points, Y points. So like these are Sayori. Like it looks like you're heavily likely to get Sayori the first run, right? So okay, so you can't really do anything with these, but you could hypothetically delete one of them because I know that's a thing. You get this by selecting the word kawaii during a poem. Oh, no. It says continue. Wait, it's a continuation of the first poem. Oh, I guess it was different. Could have been me, seen the direction, noisy neighbor. But he wasn't. Oh, see, I guess I just didn't pay attention to. Like, I am tired and I'm not paying close enough attention to the things. Hole in a wall. He wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glance at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. There are others in this room. Are they talking, or uh, are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sounds of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. So, yeah. So, yeah, we ended up with one Natsuki scenario, and then, yeah, these Sayori ones. Few drawings. All right. I think that's it for tonight. It's really late and I am tired. I kind of want to do this again because we are kind of reaching the point where the story is kind of taking on a life of its own. What are they? What's today? It's like we could do one more session of this next Saturday, I think. Yeah, if we do one more session of this next Saturday, I think that'll push us through to get to whatever needs to happen. But we at least reach the point where the game starts to get weird. Anyway, I want to thank folks for watching. I do appreciate it. I want to give a shout out to folks watching the VOD, whether it be on Twitch or in the YouTube archive. I do hope you enjoyed the stream, that you are able to catch a live one at some point. Follow the channel, like, join the Discord if you want. Both are great ways to keep track of when I do come online. You can sub to the channel here on Twitch. Helps keep the lights on, helps keep me in video games, super supportive, all that good stuff. Over on YouTube, like the video, comment, let me know how you're feeling about this. If you made it this far through the video, I don't know, let me know how you're feeling about it all, because it's crazy stuff going on. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe to all the YouTube things. Here it helps. I don't even know. Next scheduled stream should be Monday night. Monday night streams are back, and they are back so that I can get through more of Dead Space, because we started up Dead Space 2 just the other day, and yeah, we're gonna try to do some more Dead Spacing. Just gonna Monday night streams are back with more Dead Space. But until then, I do hope everybody's taking care of themselves with everything going on. I have been somebody nowhere. You have been amazing, and I do hope to see you next time. It's getting going crazy. Seriously, just crazy.